What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and things are changing. As the video I posted yesterday talking what Zeldin was talking about, some of the biggest regulatory changes from the Department of Transportation. We've already seen some of the biggest regulatory changes at the Environmental Protection Agency, and in terms of emissions, the environment, et cetera, fuel standards, all this stuff is coming down the pipe. And what's huge now is something that Zeldin said yesterday and something we've been waiting for. We're going to get into that and more right after this. Man, I'm out in the M5 right now today, and we're out doing our Christmas shopping and trying to get some stuff done for people that I care about, because it is that time of year again. Lights are up, gifts are piling up, and if you're still hunting for that perfect last minute present, I've got you covered. This right here is the Ekster Card Holder Pro. Honestly, one of the cleanest wallets out there. It's made from 100% recycled aluminum, blocks RFID without bulking up your pocket or your bag. I actually grabbed this one as a Christmas gift from my baby girl. The color was classy, it's functional. She's been wanting something sleek like this, and she totally enjoys it. If you're traveling or visiting family this season, the travel vacuum pack kit is another solid pick. I've covered it here a few times, and it keeps everything organized and saves a ton of space in your luggage. And for my Android folks, the new Finder card is clutch. It's rechargeable and helps you track your wallet at any time. And they have all different kind of trackers, not just for Android, but iOS as well. Ekster's running their Christmas sale right now, up to 54% off. And if you use my code TK's Garage, you'll get an extra 10% off at checkout. Hit the link in the description or scan the QR code that's been on screen. And it's a perfect time, like I said, to grab a gift that actually gets used. And maybe one for yourself too. And as I've said in the past, guys, I don't promote anything. We don't sponsor anything on this channel unless I actually use it. And why this one is not the Card Holder Pro, it is the wallet. You can see how overpacked I have this thing, how durable this thing has been, and how great this thing has been to use. And even though I have it packed like that, it still works every single time. So major shout out to our sponsors over at Ekster for sponsoring today's video. We truly appreciate them. They've been a regular sponsor for us month after month after month. And like I said, I know I put it in the ads, but I literally daily carry their wallets. I mean, you just can't beat it. Just beast. But anyways, in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about what Zeldin said. And I'm going to run, it's only a minute, so we're going to run that interview here in full, just that 1 minute clip where he's talking about it. And the part that's huge I want you to pay attention to deals with the endangerment finding. So roll it.
President Trump and Secretary Duffy's announcement this week is the largest deregulatory action coming out of the Department of Transportation this entire year. It means more affordable vehicles. Kudos to Secretary Duffy and his team for working so hard on it. And it's a victory for common sense. It's a victory for consumer choice. And it's another progress towards getting rid of these EV mandates, and to promote individual freedom. I mean, listen, if you want to go out and buy an electric vehicle, go out and buy it. If you want to go buy a gas-powered vehicle or a hybrid, you should have the ability to do that too. Your decision shouldn't be forcing your neighbor to make a different choice. Let Americans choose what they want. Now, at the EPA, we are in the process of finalizing a decision to repeal the Obama 2009 endangerment finding and all the greenhouse gas emissions on light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicles that go with it. And by the way, on top of it all, the annoying off-cycle credit for that start-stop feature, to get rid of it in those cars. We've heard from Americans, the DOT has heard from Americans across the country, they don't like it, they want to get rid of it. And President Trump leading the way. His administration's been doing our part, following in suit.
All right, so as you can hear in there, he said they're in the final days of rolling back and removing the what? Endangerment finding. What does that do? That eliminates the ability for car manufacturers to have to worry about greenhouse gases. Now, I already know there's going to be, it doesn't do anything for diesel or NOx or... Listen, how do I say this without being an asshole? Just shut up. Take some positive news, okay? What I find funny is, yeah, are we excited on this channel? Do we push the positive side of these changes on a regular basis? Yeah, because we're not negative Nancy's. We're not dick riding the emission standards. We're not dick riding the state of California, okay? Not for me, sorry. I don't dick riding anyway, period. Sorry, not for me. Ladies, I don't know, it might be different for y'all, but not for me. Anyways, what I find interesting here is the fact that he literally gave us a timetable. He was like, we're in the final days. Within the next few days, so what, 4 or 5 days? Maybe today we see an announcement where they roll back the endangerment finding and it's gone. And what does that mean? Well, car manufacturers there's a reason why you've seen such the drastic turnaround at companies that I'm heavily invested in, like Stellantis, okay? They're V8ing everything. Why? Because they can now. And they know they have a window, right? So it's also like, it's not, I don't want to say playing politics, but you have to kind of gauge where the country is as a CEO of an auto manufacturer. And so the Trump administration's in now. There's really nobody on the Democrat side that's instilling confidence. And if Trump is starting to cut $2,500 checks from tariffs to Americans, you know what's going to happen, right? People are going to be like, damn, Trump gave us money. Yeah, and they're going to vote for whoever he endorses come 2028. And if it's J.D. Vance, which I think it's probably going to be, and his running mate's probably going to be Lee Zeldin or Marco Rubio, hey, I could see it happening. I could see it happening. And then you get 4 or maybe another 8 years of Republican leadership in the White House, which means the way that the standards and the stuff is situated right now, nothing changes. So manufacturers like Stellantis and Ford and General Motors are looking at this and going, time to develop new V8s. You see GM doing it. Ford's like, time to start looking at these, working on these deleted diesel engines that put out less NOx. Time to get these tunes right. Time to get this stuff out. Time for us to start making this bread, because now is the time. You have a 4 to 12 year window here that you could make a ton of money building stuff that Americans want. That is the biggest key here. Building stuff that consumers and Americans want. So what happens when the endangerment finding gets rolled back? Well, the CAFE standards are dead. There's no more carbon credits, so companies don't have to pay for that crap, right? That was one of the biggest issues with the retard Carlos Tavares used to, we have to go full EV because we're not paying for carbon credits anymore. No. You kept paying the carbon credits and making money. And now, if you would have stayed with that, right? And now the carbon credits are gone, your profits would have went through the roof. Now, Stellantis' stock did get like a 5% bump. And it's because people know what Stellantis is. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. People do not give a shit about Maserati or any of that other stuff in Europe. The money, or the investors, know where the money's coming from, and it's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And so does Antonio Filosa, the CEO. So that's why they're investing, and that's why they're building stuff that we want now. 650 horsepower street trucks from Ram. SRT trucks that are coming later this year and beginning of next year from Ram. SRT Jeeps, more on that coming soon. Small mini Viper looking Halo car for around 30 grand, which will be an SRT and have insane power because it's going to be so light and small that you put a Hurricane in that damn thing. Whew. The future is bright for the auto manufacturers. And I've heard all the thing, well, China's going to get so far ahead in EVs. Okay.
And people go, well, that means like Stellantis and General Motors and Ford will be, you know, basically a domestic company. We're the largest consumers in the world. Just saying. So this country consumes more than any other country. If I had to pick and I was only going to be in one country, it'd be here. So if that was the case, okay, but we know that they're still going to sell gas vehicles in South America, Mexico, Canada. It's not going to be just here. Are we going to sell a bunch of gasoline vehicles in China? No, and fuck them. Who cares? Go keep your BYDs that are burning down your driveway. You know, go keep your, you know, Xiaomi cars. Look, I'm not a hater on EVs because I get that all the time. All right. I love EVs. I've had Teslas. I've had like 4, 5 BMW EVs. I've had several electric vehicles. So I'm not an EV hater. It just has to be adopted the right way. Okay. And trying to force it down somebody's throat here, we don't do that in America. That's not going to happen. And people want what they want. So what do you think about what Lee Zeldin said? I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do me a favor, give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And again, major shout out to our sponsors over at Ekster for sponsoring the video today. That Christmas sale is going on. You can tap in, links in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Anyways, until next time, thank you very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
For the longest time. Whoa. For the longest time.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet.